Hi, and welcome back to Bedecked. I am the author-stylist, Rebecca N. Bryan, but you can call me Beck. On today's episode, we have a great interview with a Mary Kay consultant, my new friend, CeCi Scheuber. I have to be honest, this is the third time I am recording this intro because of technical difficulties. If you have watched this channel for any length of time, you know I'm always encountering different technical difficulties, most often with sound problems, but not always. In my first take, the microphone was casting a shadow on my face because I forgot to turn on my ring light. In the second take, I had this high-pitched screeching noise. And this is my third take, and I hope it works out. I also had big plans for my interview with CeCi. CeCi's great. You're going to fall in love with her. The interview is packed with information for entrepreneurs and makeup tips for how to match your brand. And CeCi is so energetic, so positive, so driven that I know you're going to get some great tips for her. I had big plans for this interview. I had a makeup application portion where CeCi went through how to apply makeup, and then as I was applying it to my face using her products, then I had the interview portion. CeCi hosted the interview at her house, which is great. And so as a result, I had the microphone stand packed in my car, in the back of my car, just rolling around all day. Come to find, it had kind of fallen apart in my car and the microphone had come off the stand. So I put that back on, couldn't figure out how to get it back on. CeCi suggested duct tape, so we ended up duct taping the thing. During that, I figured out today, in retrospect, and after Googling, that I had a loose connection somewhere and I had this high-pitched screeching that today I thought I had fixed, but then in my second take I had it again. So fingers crossed for the third take. It's a bummer because it was a really informative session. You know, I had some questions for her about makeup application. So anyway, if you have any questions and you don't have your own Mary Kay rep and you're looking for one, or you just have general makeup questions, definitely reach out to CeCi. I'll put her Instagram in the description below, so reach out to her. She's super sweet. She can help you out. The interview part's really good though, so we're gonna get into that. I don't know if you can see my nose right now, but I have a scratch on it. Yeah. So a couple episodes ago, I announced that our older dog passed away. She was 13 years old, and that left a huge gaping hole in our family dynamic. So we almost immediately set out looking for our new family member, and we found her. We got another little baby Australian Shepherd. She was sleeping in our bed the other night and took a chomp on my nose, as puppies do. And the ironic thing is this is an episode on makeup, so maybe I could have covered it up with something, but I didn't. So it's here, and my dog's really cute, but she's all puppy. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this interview with CeCi. I know you're going to get something out of it. So yeah, let's get into it. So, CeCi, thank you so much for having me over to your lovely home and giving me this makeover with all your great tips. So yeah, today I want to delve into like how you became a businesswoman, like tips for other business entrepreneur type people, and then just makeup tips. And like, of course, we're going to cover branding because that is the point of my channel as well. So first of all, what inspired you to become an independent consultant with Mary Kay?
Yes, so we call it growing up pink. So I'm privileged that my mom has been a sales director in Mary Kay now for 25 years. So I grew up in the business, so I knew a little bit about direct sales and, you know, the flexibility of it and the opportunity behind something like an in-home business. So I actually started when I was 18. I was enthusiastic to start and knew that it was something really simple I could take with me to school. So I thought, okay, it's a great way to make a couple extra dollars at school, have some spending money, have an opportunity to introduce myself to new people if I'm not sure what to say, you know, come over for a face mask.
Yeah.
And it really did give me that opportunity to kind of work it in, and we call it sprinkling it in to all the different areas, especially through a busy college life. Fast forward, 7 years, and it became my full-time career after not finding the flexibility and earning potential that retail was giving me at the time. So I'm super grateful for where I've come, how far I've come.
Cool. So you're definitely very ambitious, like a self-starter. You want to succeed. What advice would you give to other entrepreneurs starting out?
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, owning your own business is definitely not for the faint of heart.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a little bit of grit. Now, not to say that you have to be a certain type of person, because I think that's one misconception, especially when it comes to a business, like yours or mine, right? Oh, you must be super confident. You must love to work with people. Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Are you nice? If you're nice, the rest can be taught, truly. So be kind, be relationship based. But one thing I would definitely say is, two things. Consistency, for sure.
Yes.
Waking up every single day, whether it's you're just starting your business and it's something on the side, or you're like gung-ho, this is going to be my career. What one big thing, small thing, little thing, medium thing can you do every single day to make sure that you're finding that consistency in your business? And that's something I just asked a top sales director in Mary Kay yesterday, actually. When I saw her, I was like, so this is probably cliche, but what's your one word of advice? And consistency is exactly what she said, and she's been in the company 30 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and then also, you might not always get the support that you're looking for from whether that's close family, friends, you never know, right? You might have the naysayers or what have you, but one thing that I saw in building my business that really impacted me was focus on the support that's showing up, not the support you thought was going to show up.
Oh, okay.
So that really helped me through a transition of bringing this business to be my full-time career in the last few years. So that's definitely one thing I would say, really keep it focused on your why, like why are you choosing to do this, and keep it consistent.
I think that's really cool you say that, because that's stuff I've heard in the author business, of course, but like any business venture,
Mm-hmm.
I hear the same thing. So that's what you need. Be consistent and be laser focused on your why.
Yeah.
And no matter what you want to do, whether it's makeup, whether it's writing, whether it's styling, anything, it works for everything.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little about branding. How would you describe your business or your personal brand in 3 words?
I love this. Okay, I did have to write it down,
Okay.
and I really thought about this because I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many things that could describe, my business, because you could look at it as like the fun part, the relationship part, or the business end and the strategy. But the things I came down to was commitment, friendships, and fun. I once had one of my good friends, college friends and clients, refer to my business as relationship-based retail. And she was explaining that she was so grateful that I took the time to answer her questions and walk her through things and show her how to apply. Mm-hmm. And she's like, it's like you provide relationship-based retail. And I was like, Emily, I'm totally using that. So shout out to you, Emily. But it does. It's so important to just, again, be committed to, whether it's big or small, whatever, just be committed to whatever it is that you want to put out, know your why, and then really creating the friendships and the relationships. And that's like so number one. People will judge your action rather than your intention. So if you make your intention incredibly clear as what you want to do when it comes to creating relationships and having fun in your business, it's going to be evident when you put yourself out into the world.
Okay, so you talk about creating new relationships. How do you find new ones? How do you attract new clients?
Yeah, I love this question. So, one thing that's really great about our business is that anyone with a face is a potential client.
Good point.
So that keeps it really nice and broad for us, which is awesome. But what it really comes down to, right, is like, it's my responsibility as signing up for this business to present this product, and both the product and the business opportunity, to everyone that I meet. That's my responsibility. It's not my responsibility or my decision to assume their response, right? So that's one thing that I've definitely become really good at is, even if you get a no, it's all good. They're not saying they hate you. They're not saying don't talk to me ever again, right? And so it's really, coming down to, okay, if I meet someone new and I want to create a relationship, that comes first. I am really excited to treat my yoga teacher on Friday to a facial.
Nice.
Right? And I was like, I really like you. She totally agreed. We're like, we want to do something. And I said, may I treat you to a facial? And she said yes. She totally had the dignity of choice in saying no. And she said yes. Mm-hmm. So I always ask. So that's one thing that kind of goes back to the advice too, is like always ask and just be willing to present them with the dignity of choice. And I think that's really what it comes down to, is being bold and being willing to ask. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why makeup. What does makeup and skincare mean to you?
Yeah. So, I mean, going back to, obviously I grew up in the business, so it was an obvious choice when it came down to the values that Mary Kay itself represents, and Mary Kay the business. But specifically, I was thinking about that, and I was like, okay, so makeup and skincare. Makeup and skincare really, it's kind of like money, right? It's like, it doesn't really have value until you add value to it, right? Like, or weight, rather. Like, money's just money, right? But people add emotion to it. Makeup and skincare it's just stuff, right? But we add a value to it, and we add
clothes.
And clothes, exactly, right? Like, but we add emotion to it. We add a value to it. And so something as simple as, a little CeCe cream, mascara, lip gloss can make someone feel like $1 million.
Right.
And that's what I've loved over the 10 years that I've been a consultant, and 2 that I've been a leader in the company, is that something as simple as a couple of things can make someone feel really good about themselves. So, the business itself was already something that I'd seen in my family and seen work. So for me, it was like, well, this seems to be opportunity of a lifetime, and the flexibility is so key. So with that, the products are the vehicle to the relationships and to the potentially life-changing, their opportunity that we provide. So that's really kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we described the power of makeup. So how can a woman make makeup work for her, and more specifically her brand, if she's an entrepreneur?
Yeah. So I was thinking about branding in terms of actually a photographer, Shannon Rose, shout out,
hey Shannon,
that I'm doing actually a photo shoot. She and I were involved in a professional women's photo shoot, and all these different women came in to get their photos done, and I'm noticing their style, their business, so someone that is in the sciences, for example, might not have a similar look as someone that's in the arts. Some could say they're one and the same. So it's just interesting, like finding your own personal style can be as simple as like a hot, red lipstick, or a bold eye color, or a neutral, face. Maybe you just keep it simple, and it really does start with great skincare. So I think that's really kind of backing up a little bit too, like, start with the simple things, and start with taking great care of your skin, because you're going to feel more confident to begin with, right? So then you come in with, oh, well, I just need a couple things. I already feel great about myself. And we just want to enhance what's already there and just bring the inside beauty out, basically. So when someone's kind of finding their own personal style, ask people around you, like, what do you see when you think of me? Or, what colors do you think of when you think of me? Because I have people, like, my neighbor just gave me the nicest gift, and the shirt literally said, I have sunshine in my soul today.
Oh,
I was like,
that's
so me. Like, that's so me, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes you struggle with, like, what's my style? Ask the people around you, because they might say, well, you look really good in green, or I love it when you wear red lipstick. And so, be open to that feedback, or maybe like, what, I don't know if like black's your color, maybe try white or try purple, right? So, just being willing to try different things and not being afraid. Like, makeup is just makeup. It's not a big deal. Just play. Just play. Yeah.
So that would probably be a good tip for the next one. What if someone's not comfortable with makeup application?
Definitely. And I find that is the majority of people.
Yeah.
For real.
We'll
for
start
real,
there.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly. It's the majority of women. Whether it's, their mother didn't really know, or didn't care to learn, or didn't really know how to teach them. And you guys just figure it out, right? Or you see what's online. So I guess my first word of advice would be, don't go online.
Okay.
Because there is so much information.
Yeah.
For example, if I'm new to the home buying process, I'm going to contact my friend Mackenzie. I am not going to go online and look up how to buy a home. I'm going to think of my realtor friend and say, tell me a little bit about this process. You think of the professional in the field. So, Mary Kay, for example, you can actually use a zip code locator, find someone near you. I'm happy to help you from anywhere. But think of those women in your life that are maybe already really good at makeup. Maybe you have a friend that's like total glam queen. I'm sure she would love to help you. So start with the people that are confident, and don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid to try new things. But yeah, that's one thing I came up with, was like, stay off the internet, because it can be overwhelming. It really can. And you know what? The internet's not real, if you needed that reminder too. So we are real people. Here are our real faces wearing real products.
Yeah. There's going to be no filter in this video.
Exactly. So, ask the professional, keep it simple, and be true to you.
Good. All right. So you've got your makeup done. Is there any difference in makeup application or what kind of makeup you wear in different settings, such as on Zoom, like in a photo shoot, or in person?
Yeah, definitely. Great question. So for sure, you know, when we're talking about like, so funny, virtual world, right, like has created the computer lipstick and the computer lip gloss. And so I have a drawer full of lip color that just in case I need to go live, I can whip one on quick. Because yes, certainly the lighting and the context of what you're doing, whether that's a photo or a video, say Facebook Live, is definitely going to give you a different lighting than seeing someone in real life with a quick lick of lipstick and, you know, some nice eyeshadow. So putting on a little bit of a brighter color is going to be sure that you're not washed out, and remembering just a little smidge of cheek color will really help bring the color and the warmth to your skin as well. And that's something really simple that you can throw on. You can even use lipstick for both if you want. A little lipstick on the cheeks, blend it, a little lipstick, good to go. Nice. But yeah, and that's definitely too when it comes to like special occasions. Like you wouldn't necessarily wear your daily makeup to a wedding, right? Or in a wedding. You know, it's going to be a little bit more, of course, because of the context of the situation and the lighting and the professional quality of what you're either being photographed or videoed with. So yeah, definitely different applications for different reasons.
Cool. So what's your makeup must-have right now?
Oh man, so I was going through what we were gonna apply today. I'm like, man, I definitely like have to have some of these. So I would definitely say one of my well, I'll back up and say one of my skincare must-haves is definitely one of our new serums. And it's an HA plus ceramide hydrator. So hyaluronic acid is a really good, like good for your skin ingredient. And I have noticed that it really helps keep my oil production way down. And for me, that makes the makeup application so much smoother. So I've been loving that serum for sure as like a skincare must-have. Makeup must-have, however, I'm actually gonna rewind and reference again the Silky Setting Powder. So this is a pretty new product to us, and I absolutely love the way it just like mattifies my skin but still makes it look just finished and professional, but literally silky is in the name, so it feels amazing. And it's just a really great summer must-have. So Silky Setting Powder, that's my go-to summer guy.
All right, that's your go-to. And is that also what you would recommend to clients? Like if they come in and like, I want to buy one thing today, what one thing should I buy?
That's a good one. One thing. You know what, honestly, because it's one of our best sellers, eye makeup remover.
You know what? I was going to ask you seriously today if you had any on hand because I'm out. I'm going to buy some from you today.
Yes, really our oil-free eye makeup remover is awesome. I mean, oil-free in the name, safe for contact lenses, safe for sensitive skin, and it removes that pesky waterproof makeup too. So everyone, you know, at one point in their life probably wears a quick lick of mascara or whatever. So just to be able to take that off smoothly is definitely like a must-have in your closet. Yeah, a staple. That's so funny. Perfect.
Well, that was my last planned question, but I have one more that I came up with. What are the makeup trends right now?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So right now we're actually seeing a lot of like the 90s trends coming back for sure. So a more natural, not thin brow, but a more natural brow is definitely the way to go. We were seeing like the super like blocky, bold eyebrows a few years ago. Guilty. But more of that natural brow, the combed up brow, soap brows. That is one thing that you can Google. Google specific things.
Oh, soap brows.
Soap brow, yeah. So tutorial for another day if you need one. So that's what I'm rocking. But so more natural brows is definitely what we're seeing. You know, brighter, bolder cheeks is a super simple summer staple, I should say. And going back to our gel cream blushes is a really great way to achieve that. So just like a really nice warm flush, people are really loving that. And back to like nude. Browns, nudes for lips is like, it's totally in. This is one of our limited lip colors. It's our heart-shaped lipstick, and $1 of it goes to our charitable foundation, which is really cool. So more of those like deeper nude hues are definitely coming back, and we're totally gonna see a lot of that for fall too. Like even the browns coming back. So it's gonna be fun.
Nice.
We welcome the 90s. I'm cool with it.
Do you have any final thoughts for my authorpreneurs that might be watching?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, I just say like, you know, it's not so serious. Like, take great care of your skin. And just when it comes to makeup, just ask questions. You know, we're in the industry and we consider ourselves professionals because we love the one-on-one contact and, you know, love Target, but you're not necessarily going to get that same one-to-one connection and have all of your questions answered in the aisles. So being able to have that individualized, you know, personalized service is something that we're really proud to have. So if you got questions, please feel free to ask, and be willing to ask, because it's never too late to learn something new.
Great. Well, thank you so much, CeCe.
You're
This was a lot of
welcome.
fun,
Thank you, Rebecca.
and I learned a lot, and I'm sure you guys did too.
Awesome.
So thanks.
Thanks. Bye. Look at you. Love it. Simple. Yeah. So the eyebrow frames the face, which is why it's so important to make sure that you grab that lower lash line, especially if that's something that's new to you or having your brows done is new to you. It definitely takes a little bit of an adjustment, but it will be impactful, especially when it comes to, you know, professional photography, an interview, whatever it is that you might have going on. It's definitely worth your time to consider investing in those simple things, because it will really make a difference in the way that your face is framed.
Nice.
Simple hacks. Gotta make the mascara face. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It relaxes your eye muscles. And I don't know who knows that, but somebody knows it. So there you go. And then last but not least, one of my favorites, just a really simple lip gloss. And I think this one is, oh yeah, Unique Mauve, which I knew you would appreciate, especially with your love of purple and things that are purple-esque. So this mauve color will be beautiful just to kind of finish your look. Really simple color. There you go. And our lip glosses are awesome. They're called Unlimited Lip Gloss. So they are super easy to apply, smooth, non-sticky, non-tacky formula, and they have vitamin A and E. So you're getting your lips nourished and taken care of while having that nice glossy sheen. And I find that the color stays quite well for a gloss,
Nice.
which really makes me very happy. Thank you. Look at you. Boom, boom, bang. Done. And of course, we have to remember our last step, our finishing spray.
Yes.
Would you like me to dole it upon you?
Sure.
Okay, great. 1, 2, 3. We go in an X and a T to make sure the whole face is covered, and she is going to stay on, my friends. There we go. Good to go.
All right.
And the crowd goes wild.
Woo! All right, so that was the interview with CeCe and the little end of the makeup application portion tacked on. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you're new here, I do figure it out, and in the meantime, I will bring you entertaining content as I work on figuring it out. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Deck. Tune in next week for whatever topic or book I decide to deck out next. Bye!